ETV.
So, let's get it. New music show, DJ Skee. We have a very special show. One of my favorite artists. Damn, it's crazy to think about it like this because it seems like you're still a newer artist, but how many albums deep are you now? I'm talking about T.I.P.
I won't say 7.
Wow, man, that's crazy because when you're talking about legends in hip hop, I mean, you're the king of the South, but if you're talking about hip hop legends, now your name, I think it's time for you to start being mentioned, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
How many songs you doing tonight right now? When you're in the studio?
Well, right now, actually, I'm kind of
Yeah,
slow.
man.
I'm slowing down now. You know, back in February, I was doing 3 or 4 a night.
Crazy, man.
You know, but right now, man, I'm slowing down. Just, you know, it feels like once you have so many records, man, you know what I'm saying, now you're more careful about what you choose to lay down. You know, kind of like, well, I don't want to make nothing that sounds like that. We already have this, we already have that. So I'm a little more meticulous and a little more methodical with my approach in this phase of the process.
It's funny you spoke on that because I was going to ask you, you're one of the few hip-hop artists that has been able to kind of walk between all worlds where you're not like, oh, he's just a pop artist. But you have these records that we play here on KIIS FM and pop stations. Then you go and drop a mixtape. Then you have the club banger. You kind of cover all bases without, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough.
I mean, you know, it's getting rough out there, man. You know what I'm saying? With OGs like Eminem doing numbers and New Jacks like Drake doing numbers, and then B.o.B on my heels. I mean, I'm just trying to fit in. You know, at first I was, you know, unique because I had to go to prison. Then Wayne went to prison. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Now it's a cool thing.
Now what else? You know, so you know, I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to find a niche, man. But I'm fortunate enough to be on my 7th album and still current, still relevant. And you know, I got a lot of love for the game. I got a lot of love. I'm a fan first. You know, I'm not one of those people who, you know what I'm saying, of course I know this is a business, but I'm not just in it for the business. I still want to make my best album ever. You know, it still motivates me to see Eminem do big numbers. It still motivates me to see Wayne do big numbers. It still motivates me to see Drake, you know, come out the box and just, you know what I'm saying, take the world by storm. It also still motivates me just to, you know, create opportunities for my artists and for other people on the label.
And what was it like? Because I know you've been working with like B.o.B isn't just a new jack that came out with Smash Record. You've been grinding for years. What made you get together with him and say, all right, I want to do this deal and put out his stuff?
Man, he just demanded attention. I found out about B.o.B, man. I have a club in Atlanta on Bankhead called Club Crucial. Mm-hmm. And we had an open mic night, you know, Hustle and Flow Mondays or Tuesdays, I think Monday, Hustle and Flow Mondays. And every Monday, you know, B.o.B would come, show up and show out. And, you know, I'd be out of town, traveling around the world. People say, hey, you got to come back here. You got to be here on Monday, man. It's this guy in here. He's doing his thing. So I'm like, yeah, you know. And finally, man, you know, I get it. I get there, and I'm like, oh, damn, you know, he is good. You know? And this was actually before I saw him with the guitar. You know, this was just him going hard on the mic. And this is, and I know you guys know B.o.B is, you know, Nothing on You and Airplanes, but this is Bankhead, people. You know what I'm saying? This is the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing.
You've kind of modeled your career and now done this acting thing and taking it serious, and now we're on stage, you know, sharing the screen with Denzel, with the biggest actors in the world. What is next in the career of T.I.?
Who knows, man? I just want to do good business. You know, I got where I am by not trying to make, you know, a cookie cutter. You know, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not trying to say what I will or won't do before it happens. I'm just, you know, I'm just here and putting myself in the best position to take advantage of all the best possible opportunities. You know, sports is, you know, it's funny you mentioned that because, excuse me, because I'm in very close connection with the Hawks and, you know, the infrastructure there, Dominique and the owners. You know, I've sat down with them on several occasions talking about how we can make the team better and talking about my involvement and the possibility of me, you know, stepping on in some way, form, or fashion. I think that David Stern would, you know, have something to say about that.
Man.
Some way or another, you know, but you know, that's a possibility. But for me, if it don't make money, it ain't worth it.
Absolutely, man.
You know, and I'm waiting to see someone who owns a team from entertainment actually make money off of it. I haven't seen it. I've heard about it. I've heard, you know, my partner Nelly, he got a team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My partner Usher, he got a piece of the team. OG, man, Jay, he got a piece of it. I'm ready to see somebody cash out.